Hey guys, it's BW and I'm back out in the garage. I noticed a few channels are starting to do the tilt noses on their car, and I figured I'd come in and do a quick review and recap on ours. We still got some work to do, but we're pretty far along on it and our system come out pretty good. The videos I did for this tilt nose were step by step, but they didn't get a whole lot of traction. We're still a very young channel, and we were even younger back then, so I figured I'd do a quick review and provide links in this video to the videos we made while making our tilt nose, and maybe it'll spark some new ideas for everybody. So why don't you stick around and check us out. Okay guys, well, I figured I'd show you what we got right now as far as slide forward and tilt up. So let me do that. All steel, and you saw how nice it slid forward, and watch how easy it tilts up. One man. And look, I'm gonna just push it back out just to show you guys the incredible amount of room I have. I could actually stand in front of my radiator. Come in and do that for you. We're all the way in the car, okay? We can work on everything. It's all right here. Now, I figure what I'll do next is pull you down off the camera, or bring the camera over, walk around and show you the ins and outs of it. So just give me a second. Okay guys, what I'm gonna do now is pull the camera off, come over, walk around and show you the ins and outs of this tilt nose and what I discovered and what I found. And maybe you guys, it'll spark an idea for what you guys are doing. So just let me get the camera down off right here and show you what's up. All right, so one of the first things when I was doing this job that I noticed, when you go to tilt forward, it would want to drag at the door. So we knew right away that we needed to come up with a linear bearing package to move the front end out and away before we tilt it up. Okay, but in doing that and using a steel tilt nose, the sheer weight of it was going to be a problem for dragging down off the cow. So we made these tracks right here. Now I'm going to improve these down the road, but they are functional for now. Okay, I'm going to make them a little longer and a little nicer. Okay, so they're just aluminum pipes right now that I bent up for stops when I'm bringing it out, and they bolt right where the hinge package for a regular hood would attach. All right, and then we just got a set of plates up here where the other part attaches for the hinge, and we got what you call Hudson bearings on there for now. I may change up to a traditional wheel down the road, but for now these are working. They're doing the job that we need them to do. All right, so that's just because of the sheer weight when you're pulling out. If you're going with steel, if you're going to go with fiberglass, guys, you may not need all this. You would just, because you could just hold it up with one hand and pull it out. But because we're using steel and to keep it from dragging on the cow, we went ahead and went with that idea. Okay, now where the fender originally attached on these brackets, that we took them off right here. Okay, we took them off. We held on to them for down the road, you never know, but we took these off because it was dragging on here right away. You could see where the scratches were, no matter what you did. So we had to take the welds out and we got rid of those. Okay, another place where we were having an issue where it was dragging, and you can actually see the old scratch marks. This is from like 6 months ago, guys. It don't hit there no more. You guys saw that when we pulled it out, but it was hitting this brace, okay, for the fenders to keep them stiff. It was dragging, so we had to cut this little window out where the brace was. We could theoretically take the whole brace off, but why? We didn't need to. And it's missing down here because we took it off to put our pins in. I have not put the pinhole back in this patch that we did a few weeks ago, but I will eventually put the pinhole hole back in for that. I have it sitting over there. And I'll pin the passenger side to just show you guys. All right. But here is the nuts and bolts of it. This is a linear bearing package. I will try to find the exact link. I had it on my Amazon, but I got a new phone and I bought them in the beginning, so I'll have to see. I think I have the link. I think I sent it to Fiano, but we'll see. I'll look for it. This is 3/16 steel, okay, with double bearings attached to it on a monorail linear bearing. It slides like a toolbox drawer, guys, and they're very, very durable. They use them on 3M printing machines, the bigger ones, and that's where I got the idea when I was shopping around online, okay? The main reason we went with a steel tilt nose, it was right at the beginning of the pandemic, guys, and I didn't have any way to get parts, and we already had all the old steel here, so we went for it, okay? And that's what we come up with. I'm going to be making some changes as far as the bracing goes. It's very strong, but as a few people pointed to me, I would never be able to paint this past primer the way I have it attached, because it would eventually crack the paint on the outside. But we're going to make some corrections there. Chevelle Ranch is actually going to give me some ideas for that, and we're going to look at down the road. But for now, guys, it slides in and out and it's perfect, okay? Now, coming over to this side, show you the same thing. We removed this because it was dragging on there coming up off the cow. We also had a little bit of scratching here. So again, we notched out for this piece here. All right. The sheer weight of this thing being steel, it will change your focal point. I ended up using for our focal point shoulder bolts, 5/8 shoulder bolts, and I had a friend of mine machine me some bronze bushings that are inside this square, that are pressed into the square steel tubing. All right, and that is how that's where our pivot is, and that's what we use for a pivot. A big shoulder bolt with brass bushing pressed in. All right. And then when it comes up, and you can see it's attached to this 3/16 steel plate that we shaped to the exact shape of our frame, so when we paint it, it will blend right in and nobody will even know it's there. So let me push this back in and show you guys what it looks like when it's in the in position. Notice how easy it slides. One hand I could do it. I could do it with 2 fingers, guys, actually. I'll slide it back out so I can show you the actual how easy this is. 2 fingers. 0 effort. It's just like a ball bearing toolbox. All right. So now let me pull you back down off here and show you real quick. There it is, guys. It goes all the way back right there. A couple things, it's just off the shock a little bit, you'll see. Whenever I'll close it up and you guys can see. Right now for stops, I just got C-clamps on there. I'm just gonna drill and put a bolt in the front and the back so that it ends up right where I want. When it's fully closed, it's about a 1/4 inch away from the shock, even the grease fitting for the bearing. But we're still gonna put a little stop there just for safety reasons, okay? But that's the nuts and bolts of my sliding tilt nose. And I'm imagining it would work for any vehicle, but this was for a gasser with a custom front end. You can see how my 3/16 steel matches up perfectly with the Nicky's package frame, okay? I'm going to attach to this video the video of me making this so that everybody can have access to it, okay? There's no big secret to it. It's just what it is. These are for me starting the engine. I'm sorry about the wires. There we go. Okay, and there it is. And there's your big 5/8 shoulder bolt. And right there, if I clean that little bit of black paint off of there, that is bronze, oil impregnated bronze. See it in there? It's on both sides, 2 bushings pressed in from each side with an 1/8 inch of material on the outside so that it pivots nice and there's no squeaking and rubbing. It's a nice bushing setup. And we went ahead and we put a castle nut of sorts on the back side with a cotter pin. And like I say, guys, I will attach the main video of me installing and making these plates and carriers and everything, but I'll also put a link in the bottom of a complete playlist, every step, including starting by cleaning out and cleaning off this hood and getting everything ready to go. So I have it all together in a playlist. It's already on my channel. Feel free to check it out. We'll put links to those items in this video, okay? So that's what I got. I didn't want anybody to feel like I wasn't sharing all the information, because I try to share every bit of information I got when I do something. All right, so let me put this hood down and I'll bring you guys back in and show you where the plates end up with this closed, and then I'll also put the hood pin on the passenger side that I still have the hole to show you how easy it secures. All right, again, 2 fingers to close. We just bring her down. I take a quick peek to make sure that my Hudson bearings land inside the tracks. They did. Real easy to close. Let me bring you back down off real quick. Bring you under here and show you. I don't know if you guys can see that. I'm about a 1/4 inch away from the shock. If I was to close this on a hood pin, it's hitting the hood pin and there's no hole right now, but the gap's decent. It's about a 1/4 inch the whole way up. All right. Over here, I still do have the hood pin. It's right here. It's right there, okay? And I have a video of me installing them. All right, and there's a pin for this. It was on the tire, guys. There it is. It came off whenever my son and I were running the engine the other week. But let me see if I can just show you guys real quick how easy this goes in. Sorry, I'm bouncing you around. There you go. And it locks right in. All right. And you can see I got a real nice gap the whole way up. It gets a little funny right here at the top. It gets a little tight. But I'm going to dress all that, guys. I'm going to sand and cut what I need to and re-weld the ends to make very nice gaps. I don't know if they'll be as good as my buddy Fiano's, but I'll do the best I can. I don't know if you guys watch the Tri-5 guy, but he comes highly recommended. I'll also stick a link to his channel in this video. But that's what I got, guys. I hope this is informative. Anybody that has any questions on what I went through to make mine tilt, I'll be more than happy to help you, up to and including taking measurements of my pins on my focal point of the pivot. Whatever I could do to help you guys, I'll do it. I'll always share every piece of information. Check out the video links I provide at the bottom of this, and it'll show you everything step by step. Till next time, take care, everybody.